What's good, y'all? Welcome to Rated Tape, and today we're going to be talking about two firings that had happened in the last 48 to 72 hours. Let's go ahead and hop into it. So the first one to go was Tom Cable, actually. He was fired about 48 to 72 hours ago, offensive line coach, and he had to go. And I'm going to tell you why. We drafted every single one of these players on this offensive line. I don't know how you go into a season with all players that were developed under this one coach, and you still have problems at the end of the year and think that he's doing a good job. You can go ahead and look at his stats everywhere he's gone, and you can see that they haven't been pretty. You go ahead and name Cole Miller, John Simpson, Andre James, Leatherwood, and Parker were all drafted by the Raiders. The fact that we drafted these guys and they've been with us since we've had Tom Cable, they've been under Tom Cable's provision, and we're still having problems on the O-line, that obviously he isn't the answer. Obviously he's not doing his job because Brandon Parker's still struggling, still having issues. He's been with us since his rookie year. He's going on what, year 5 now? I believe he's going on year 5, Brandon Parker, and we're still looking for a replacement. Alex Leatherwood, we get him in the first. He's at right tackle. We draft him in the first round as a right tackle. Not even halfway through the season do we go to move him to guard. And that's just unacceptable. I don't think that's something that we should be doing, moving players. And we've seen that it hasn't worked. Cleveland Farrell, we get him. Move him from DN to D tackle. Didn't work out that year. And then ever since then, it just hasn't shown that progression. Now look at Alex Leatherwood moving from tackle to right guard. He's not really showing too much progression. I'm not counting him out yet. I'm still looking for that upside from Alex Leatherwood. He still has a lot more potential, but maybe we bring in an offensive line coach that could really help him progress, really help him take that next level, take that next step. I will give somewhat credit for Andre James coming up, being able to be that starter, doing a lot better throughout halfway through the season. He has done well, but you talk about a Parker and a John Simpson, we're still looking for more replacements on this O-line, and there's no excuses. The fact that we've used draft picks to go get these guys that we personally handpicked and have trained and have been with us since their rookie year, so there's no excuse there. You move on to Greg Olson, though. Greg Olson, I think everybody's been calling for this dude's number. The play calling for the Raiders has been abysmal. You look at the red zone play calling, and you look at the numbers. Ever since this staff has come in 2018, the red zone numbers have dramatically dropped. They fell off. Now, the offense in general, I wouldn't say the offense in general is bad. We are able to move the ball down the field most of the time. With that, there was a lack of discipline that would stall our drives out of penalties and so on and so forth. The poor play calling, like we said, in the red zone, that was hindering our drives, and it led to so many field goals. Probably hence the fact that Daniel Carlson's able to get a contract extension and why he's with the team even longer. You know, it was just time for them to go. It was just time to move on and to really upgrade. Not only that, we know Josh McDaniels going to call the plays. So what do you need Greg Olson for? And that brings me to the point of the new hire, the quarterback coach. He was formerly the Patriots assistant, and his name is Bo Hardigy. He is now the quarterback coach for us. He'll be working with Derek Carr and Josh McDaniels. And it's going to be an interesting dynamic because really, Derek Carr has had a lot of different coaches. But if you think about it, he's had a lot of the same quarterback coaches, or at least a lot of the same guys around him. You look at Greg Olson, like we talked about. He was around Carr for a long time. Then you had Musgraves and Downey. So outside of those guys, you didn't really have too many people rotating around Derek Carr when it comes to that quarterback coach. So I wonder how this relationship is going to progress, how it's going to provide Derek Carr maybe with some different insights, maybe help him with the learning curve when it comes to the offense. I don't think Carr will have an issue learning another playbook because he's already done it so many times, but we'll see what happens. That is another hire. Again, Bo Hardigy, assistant for the Patriots, is now our quarterback coach. Also, the Raiders hired the Chicago Bears director of personnel, Champ Kelly, to be our assistant GM. This is a good hire by Ziegler. Champ Kelly is one of the guys that helped the Bears get a bunch of talent, such as Roquan Smith, Khalil Mack trade, Jalen Johnson. You have Eddie Jackson, Justin Fields, Montgomery, Herbert. The list goes on. Darnell Mooney. There's so many different players that are talented on that football team that we potentially can have that evaluator on our team now, or actually we do have that evaluator on our team now that's going to be helping us get this and gather this talent. Him and Ziegler should be a great duo, should be a great match. And the fact we're able to get a guy like that to be our assistant who is potentially looking at actual GM jobs, I think is a good hire, and it shows the ceiling of this front office. The fact they're willing to make these moves, they're bold moves, and they're just getting straight to it, and I like that. The fact that we finally let go of Olsen and Tom Cable is pretty exciting because I feel like it was somewhat hindering us, and hopefully it takes us to that next level. Not only that, in other news, Gus Bradley as well is being talked to by Josh McDaniels and potentially may stay, based off the simple fact that the GM Ziegler and Josh McDaniels have said that they don't really want to change too much up. They don't want to change out all these players if they already fit the scheme. So that'll be an interesting dynamic. Now, in conjunction with Coach Bradley being interviewed as well and potentially be made retained, there's also a guy, Sean Desai from Chicago Bears, former defensive coordinator of the Chicago Bears, will be getting interviewed today by the Las Vegas Raiders. So he's also another potential candidate that we could look at. Now, Sean Desai was under Chuck Pagano most of the time while he was in Chicago. He was a safeties or defensive back coach, you could say. Last year, he took over as the defensive coordinator, and the defense, it didn't do too well, in my opinion. I guess it was 20 to 22nd ranked. In yards, they were top 10 in yards, but as far as points for or points given up, they were 20th or worse. So that's something we definitely have to take a look at and kind of consider. Maybe it wasn't because of his scheme so much. Maybe it was because of the players, so many injuries. You know, Hicks was out for some time, Khalil Mack was out for some time, and they still had some things to figure out just amongst that whole Chicago team. So this could potentially be a good hire, but also if you just look at what the Bears did on defense this year alone while he took over, it didn't look too good. I'll let you guys go ahead and get at that one. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think about that potential hire or that potential candidate getting the interview. And also, what do you guys think about Greg Olson and Tom Cable finally, maybe not finally for you if you wanted to keep them, but what do you guys think about them losing their jobs on their day off? You know what I mean? They got called, their number got called as well. Also, the GM hire from the Chicago Bears. What do you guys think about Champ Kelly? That's something that's interesting. We should definitely look forward to. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think. Also, make sure to smash that thumbs up button. Hit the like button. Raid the thumbs up button. Y'all know what to do. Also, hit the subscribe button if y'all like this video. Want to see more videos just like this. Appreciate y'all being here with the boy. Y'all can be anywhere y'all want. Until next time, y'all raid the tape.